Sorry for the wait, everyone.
Are we delayed by about 4 days?
Yeah.
Not like loads, but...
It's a delay, and we don't like delays on our channel.
We're professional.
Welcome back to the Golf Supply Podcast, the #1 golf podcast in the world. My name's Ashley, if you're new here.
Westy.
And between the two of us, we make up the Golf Supply. We're currently sat on a roof at the 58th best golf course in the world. I'll let you just simmer on that. And the 6th best golf course in the UK. We won't give away what that is straight away, so you can play a little game and you can get in the comments down below and guess where we are right now. But it's kind of drizzling a little bit.
Yeah, we're caution watch.
Yeah, because the rain is coming down. But this is the Golf Supply Podcast, episode 11. We've got loads of catching up to do. We've got loads coming up for us to discuss. And of course, it is the Open Championship this Thursday. It begins.
Yeah.
At Royal Troon.
It feels like the Masters wasn't actually that long ago.
No,
you wait around for the major and then it's just all done.
Yeah, they're all bunched, didn't they?
Yeah,
they all get bunched pretty quickly.
We get a good amount of golf and then it just stops.
So I'll just start with what I've been up to, Wes. You can let me know what you've been up to. Yours has been...
Nothing.
Yeah, yours has been quite...
Inadventurous.
Yeah. Haven't really done much. Well, do you want to let them know, obviously, for what's happened?
I've been ricing.
Yeah.
I've been Declan ricing. Oh,
yeah.
We don't do that. But ricing. I've been rest, icing, compression, elevation.
Oh, it stands for something.
Yeah, it's the #1 thing that if you sprain like an ankle or rice.
Okay. It's raining.
Yeah. Let's just hold out.
Let's just run it.
And then we might have to run and grab them and just take it inside.
Let's just run it.
So a couple of weeks, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, Saturday just gone, I was at work. Those that are new, I work on the railway, just went to take a step down. It's full of rocks everywhere. I've got a glass left ankle from fracturing it years ago playing rugby and never rehabbed it. So a quick stumble on the ankle was catastrophic to me. Straight away, I was like, I think I've broke it. The pain surpassed after 10 seconds. It was like severe pain. Once the 10 seconds had surpassed, it went from like 9 out of 10 to 7, which is still very painful. I then had to like crawl off the track, get back to the van. I looked at my ankle, it had already ballooned, so I knew bad news. Fast forward, it was just ballooned, and it just bruised up and was huge, and that was it really. I just knew that I'd sprained it. There was no point. I don't go to the hospital. It's not a bone damage or anything. They're just going to tell me to rest it, which I'm then going to ignore. Yeah. And that's it really. So I was out of action. I couldn't practice golf, couldn't film golf, couldn't do anything. So that's why I had been slightly quiet, and maybe there was other things I should have been up to. But yeah, we've been slightly quiet. That didn't help.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, with everything that's been on over the last probably 2 weeks, it probably coincided at a half decent time.
Oh, it was a good time because we got things coming up that I wouldn't have wanted to miss.
No.
And I probably couldn't have missed for the sake of content and whatnot. You were busy, and so it probably happened. Listen, if you're gonna sprain your ankle, do it at the right time.
That was the time to sprain it. So
there was someone looking down on me and us, and he said, "Just look, you're due one every few years or so. Mm-hmm. So just take it now. Take your medicine."
And how did it feel today playing them 18 holes?
No, it's fine.
Well, like complete, as if nothing could happen.
No, I do feel like taking shots. I'm probably back in my mind a bit tentative without realising it. I don't want to fully put weight into my left foot, but I'm trying to. But I feel like my body sometimes I'm pulling out of it a little bit. But that's what happens when you get injured. If you get injured in football, you then pull out of tackles.
I've been super lucky in all of my sporting career where I've never ever had a severe injury. I don't think I've ever broken a bone.
No, I've never broke a bone.
I've never tore a tendon. I've never.
That's good going.
Yeah,
it's good going. And we were active kids.
Yeah. Played football from the age of 9 through to 20, pretty much every single week, and never broke a bone. Never pulled a muscle. And I wasn't even a good athlete. I didn't warm down all the time. I didn't stretch. I didn't think. But I've just been really lucky.
You should touch wood now.
Yeah. Well, sitting on some wooden seats. But anyway, I'll cut the suspense. We're over at Woodall Spa. We were invited over here by England Golf themselves. If you're not aware, this is the home of England Golf. This is their hub. 2 courses here. We've just filmed a video today at the Bracken Golf Course, which is almost like the baby sister, the little brother.
The warm-up course.
The warm-up course before you take on the monster that is the Hotchkin course. Yes. And you may have heard of that golf course name before because...
That's our videographer.
That is Jake coming in his buggy. You might have heard of that before because the Hotchkin is ranked the hardest golf course in the UK. And as we're currently sitting in the pissing rain in the middle of July, it doesn't look like it's going to get any better for tomorrow. In fact, it's actually probably going to get worse. So we're in for a battle tomorrow, but we're going to run it. Recordsman, We can't tell you what happened in today because this is getting a quick turnaround on this podcast. This is Monday. This is going out on Wednesday, so we want to get our open predictions in for you lot. But yeah, we had a little warm up today on the baby brother course, and then tomorrow we're running it big time. On the
Recordsman locked in
course. Yeah.
Same banter, same vibes, but just a little bit more locked in because I would like to. Yeah. I'd like us both to play well, and I'd like us to put a record. It'd be tough to beat 7 under.
How long do we sit in this?
You're the tech man.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's JK's camera now, we would have been pulled off.
Yeah.
You're the tech man with this. But then how do we cut? You can't cut a pod.
You can run an ad roll though.
You can't cut a pod, but you can run an ad roll.
Yeah. And speaking of ad rolls, lads, this podcast is sponsored once again by channel partners Fairplay. It is a peer-to-peer betting system. You've heard us speak about it plenty of times now, but it is the app for you to bet amongst friends whilst on the golf course, tennis court, football pitch, whatever it might be. You can literally bet on anything, but the app has just got much better. Fairplay have now introduced sweepstakes, and we'll be running sweepstakes on all of the major sporting events coming up, starting at this week's 152nd Open at Royal Troon. Of course, we've got a golf supply sweepstake that you boys can get involved in. £400 cash prize for first place. Get yourself involved. £10 entry. You'll be allocated 2 of the top 100 players. And if your player that you're allocated, which is randomly selected, wins the Open, you will be £400 up in the kitty. For more information, head over to our Instagram, and the link to Fairplay so you can download the app is in the description to this podcast. Let's get back to it. That's a clap. We actually need that for the pod. Anyway, because we've already cut from the balcony to now.
It's a pin.
Fuck me, why was that on the floor?
Well, maybe because you fucking chucked half the furniture around.
Did that actually go into your foot?
No, it was the way down. It won't pin up.
No, I had like laser fast reaction, so I quickly.
Well, it won't pin up, was it?
It was. Like,
it wasn't pin side up. I see it on the floor. Me and Westy set it there as a trap. Yeah, say it again. Why don't you just say it again? Bro, there's the Sigma lens in there if you don't want such a zoomed in lens on me. I haven't moved.
You have moved.
He can only go so far. He's in a chair.
The chair hasn't moved.
No, you were leaning down.
It's probably you when you walked past. You probably pulled it or something.
Right. Welcome back. So we were just on the balcony. I won't take too long because if you're in a car ride or on your way to work, it's going to be slightly annoying. We were just on a balcony. Sorry to roll the ad roll so soon. We're on the balcony. Started getting rained off. July 15th in England. Got rained off a balcony. Class. We are now in the hotel room. Those that are watching on YouTube.
Yeah, shout out Woodall
Welcome
Inn.
to the Woodall Inn.
Welcome to the Woodall Inn.
Yeah, the Woodall Inn. We just had a bit of food.
Yeah, banging as well.
It was actually nice.
Proper pub grub.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we've moved locations. It was pissing down the rain on the balcony. Where did we go up to? So we were talking about your sprained ankle.
Yeah, so we went through sprained ankle. I got a feeling we might have just then spoke about the rain.
Yeah, probably.
And then we were like, when do we call it? And we went, oh shit, how do we call a pod if it's rolling?
Well, just because it's like 3 hours has passed since then. It's been a long time, but it's a 60-second ad roll for you lot. Yeah. So basically, we've been invited up to Woodall Spa, home of England Golf, blah, 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 to play both of their courses, the Bracken and the Hodgkin. We played the Bracken today. We are playing the Hodgkin tomorrow, and some of you might have heard or might not have heard of the Hodgkin before, because not only is it the highest ranked golf course in the UK and the 58th in the world, it's more notably known for being the golf course with the highest slope rating in England. So I think it's pretty long off the tips, which hopefully they're going to have the Blue Championship tees out tomorrow for us. Yep. It's pretty long off of the tips, I believe, and there's something like 150 bunkers across the whole golf course, and it's just all in all, if the greens are anything like the Bracken today, which I feel like there'll probably
be more testing.
Yeah, but I just feel like they'll be bigger with the same amount of slope. Yeah. That was the one thing. I didn't think the Bracken was hard today.
No, we made. I mean, I won't go into it, but we made it harder.
Yeah.
But it never helps when you're straight out of a car. We haven't played in a while.
Yeah.
We haven't played loads of golf. We're not loose, so it was good.
But there wasn't a hole that I saw on that course, and I was like, there was a couple that were tight.
Narrow off the tee.
Yeah. You didn't really lose your ball if you went right or left.
It's a good, like, if you were coming here, if you genuinely, and I'm not trying to sell it at all, but if you were coming here with your pals and that, and you were going to play both, it's a perfect warm-up course. 100%. Yeah. A bit like the Brab, and then they have the PGA and the other, but like these are better. Yeah, the Derby. Yeah. But I would say that is better than the others. So yeah, it's like a good little warm-up course, and then get yourself ready for the kin.
Yeah. the kin
Off the
tomorrow.
hotch.
But yeah, so it's the hardest slope rating. You know that we're going to run a recordsman around there. Let's give like an internal score prediction of what you think you're going to shoot.
Just burped. We had both internal sports score.
Burp. Don't bring me down to your
No,
level.
I done an internal burp. No, I looked at you and you went like that. Well, you repulsed to something then.
You burping or your arm. It actually makes me sick looking over at it.
Well, no, that's not nice.
No, it's not nice. It's true.
No.
But there's no. I'm telling the truth. It's disgusting.
Right, those audio, I'm not going to waste time on this, but those audio listeners, essentially I tried to dye my hair. We'll just get into this now.
Yeah, tell
Or
us.
no, in fact, we'll hold this, we'll finish up talking about the Hodgkin, and then we'll come on to this.
Okay, yeah.
Internal, go.
Yeah, so what do you think? Bearing in mind, so the weather tomorrow looks like it's going to be an absolute whitewash. It's going to be pissing down with rain. Hopefully, it will lighten up by the time we tee off around lunchtime.
But it's just, I mean, the course is wet. It's not going to help them.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult.
Just because we're playing in the dry, it doesn't really help that much.
No, and I haven't checked the wind, but it was blowing today, so I think it'll be similar tomorrow. What do you reckon we could shoot? And I'm basing it off of if the championship tees are open, which they were today because they had a tournament. So hopefully they just don't bring them in. What do you think we can get around there? Bearing in mind we're gonna be able to get a warm up tomorrow, hit some balls, which will make a massive difference.
I think if it was like pristine, or not pristine, like 15 degrees sun, then I would always like to now in the recordsman have 5 under as the staple.
I'd agree with that.
Like, and I would like that the benchmark, and now we push on from that. So
yeah,
if it's wet and it does rain like the forecast says, maybe it doesn't, but if it does, then 3 to 5, I wouldn't be too displeased with.
No. Yeah, I'd agree.
Because this is how I look at the recordsman. Obviously, you'll look at it differently. So I look at you potentially playing by yourself, what I think you could score at how you're playing at our time and place and time, and then I try and take a couple off that.
Yeah.
So I think at the minute you're playing, maybe not Hodgkin, but I think you're playing to an under par level, and then I just add a couple onto that.
Yeah, I look at it more so from the, like, I always think we should birdie all the par 5s.
Yeah, I'd agree.
So I think like if you base it on 4 par 5s on the golf course, I'm like, right, that should take us 4 under.
Yeah, okay.
There. And then you'll pick up a couple more birdies, and it's just like if we won't make any bogeys.
And then just like good putts and good shots now, maybe pick up the extra couple.
That's what I'd agree with you, actually. I'd say 5 under should be the baseline
for all recordsmen now. Yeah. I would absolutely, before winter, I would just love to get to 10. It's just such a hard task.
Yeah.
But listen, I just look at it, and you should all watch the Chart Hills thing video. 7 under. And then left some out there. So me saying 10 under sounds... Listen, you boys ain't going to shoot 10 under together. Like, no, it can be done. The right day, the right course, both playing good, it can be done.
Chart Hills could have been that day. That could have been 10 under.
And now you have to wait potentially 3-4 recordsmen to maybe get that sort of...
Yeah. We weren't there today. There was we were well off the pace today. But yeah, so that's like... little update on where we are, what we're doing, where this podcast is being filmed on.
It's a lovely, peaceful little town, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, too peaceful for me, personally.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to live here.
No.
But
driving through it was like a off-the-beaten track, American, like, little town feel.
Like, because it's just one straight line, so it felt a bit Western.
Yeah, it did.
Like old school Western, yeah.
But is your first time being... I've never been here before, Lincolnshire. Never.
No, I don't really travel up north that much. We have always
like
said
Midlands, innit? But
we have said we need more northern trips as well. We're very below the M25 boys.
Yeah, I've never ever been. I don't think I've ever been near this area.
Nah, we could do with like some boys that are members of good courses. Recommend or give us a shout and we'll sort something out. Yeah. And we do definitely need to come and do a 2 or 3 northern thing.
We probably need to, because we do in people's defence sometimes, we do actually get invited to play some courses sometimes with people, but my admin, with everything else that goes on, is just super shit. So this is actually public service announcement. I genuinely mean this. If you're a member at like a top 100 golf course in the UK somewhere, or like top 50, top 100 probably, top 50.
Top 50.
Top 50 golf course in the UK, and you watch our podcast, thanks for watching, first of all. And secondly, if you'd be happy to invite us down, we can come and play, do a records in there. You can be in the group. Then do send us a DM on Instagram, or get in the comments of this video, and we can catch up with you, because we do need to travel more.
Yeah. Let's try and make a pact now. We'll make a public pact. So get in contact, like Ash said, and I'm the one who probably needs to figure out the date. So then forward it on to me, and let's just say by the time the end of the year comes around, we take up 3 of these offers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or 5. Yeah. Maybe we'll be able to get, if we have a bit of a like half decent.
We'll do a little trip.
Yeah.
Done.
So that's quickly just a quick update on our lives. Westy obviously sprained his ankle. He's been trying to dye his hair. We've got some funny pictures which I'll put into this podcast in a sec from when Westy thought it would be a good idea to just dye his hair without patch testing, and he ended up looking like the Elephant Man. It's actually mad to see that on your arm now, knowing that's
under my hair.
Yeah, knowing that's what was under your hair. But why has that not gone pussy?
Maybe tomorrow could be the day because. So when listen, boys and girls, 1% girls, I've never dyed my hair, and Ash pointed out, it probably was you. You were saying like I was going grey.
Well, no, they were just accelerated super fast.
And I think shift work done that. But then I do think being on camera more, you're what's the word I'm looking for? Not negativity.
Conscious.
You become more conscious, and I was always like, I'll embrace it. But when it grows out a little bit, and I haven't had a haircut towards the end, I did start looking at camera thinking that I don't like that. And I'm starting to look a few years older, so I thought I'll dye it.
But to be fair, it doesn't look...
No, because it's fresh haircut.
Oh, yeah, it looks nowhere near as grey now.
And that's why. So I tried to box test it. Anyway, my partner enhances hers, so she was like, yeah, I can do it. So just waterboarding me basically in the shower.
So bad.
But yeah, face ballooned up. It was 2 days later it went pussy because it was at Bearwood. So I actually played Bearwood with a hat on. That's why I don't normally wear a hat. I wore a hat that day.
Yeah, Mizuno hat.
Yeah.
That's why we was bantering. That's actually true.
Yeah.
That's why we were saying that we was like joking about Westy wearing the Mizuno hat in there because he was down there with Mizuno and they gave him a hat to put on. That is actually true. I completely.
And Joe actually gave it to me when I was doing a fitting when I knocked a few irons initially. And I was like, oh, are you putting this on just for content? Like, do you want this back? And he went, oh, no, you can keep it. Because obviously I had pussy head.
Yeah.
No one knew, apart from you.
It's lucky your hair's so thick.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd be
you
able
would
to
have seen
see
pure
all
pus.
that,
And it was gunky, like crispy.
Yeah.
And then that didn't go very well, ballooned up, and then the colour was fine. It all went down, insert photos and whatnot.
So if you're only a listener of the podcast, you're missing out on some brutal photos right now. Because honestly, we'll put most of them in here. But there's like when you got into the middle stage of it, fuck me, West.
Where it went like forehead, one eye, both eyes.
It was the one way the picture you sent through, and it's just all one side of your face.
And then it went like I was at work in hard hat, and I've gone like chink mode. Like
it looked like, for those who are listening, to the best way I could describe it was like it looked like he'd been stung all over his face with wasps or bees, and it was like. It was just so swollen and like it was like water retention swollen though, wasn't it? It was like
it was so big.
Oh, it was fucking bad.
But so I left it for a bit, and then I was like, well, obviously I need to patch test. Patch tested one arm like last week. It come out in like red spots, like not like just red things. And I went, oh, that's no good. Spoke to my hairdresser. He said try vegan because pregnant women want to dye their hair and they can't use the chemicals. So vegan, none of that crap in it. Tried vegan, that's come out even worse.
I wonder what you're allergic
to. So my left arm right now is absolutely bright red, swollen, almost blistered, and it's so sore.
I wonder what it is you're allergic to.
So I currently just have 2 patch tests gone wrong on my
Which probably didn't help with your golf today.
No, we could go with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's I won't bore you too long. That's my story about that.
What you've been up to for the last probably 2-3 weeks.
Yeah. But swollen head, sore arms, and a sprained ankle.
Yeah.
Get that out of the way and let's enjoy summer.
And I'm not even saying this from a sarcastic standpoint either. This one thing I have to give you credit for, and like this is genuine like credit, because whenever I'm ill or whenever I do like to have a little moan or something, or like I'll make Els feel sorry for me, or like I do like to play up on the fact. Not that I'm hardly ever ill, thankfully, touch wood. Like I'm relatively got a good immune system, or like just don't have any accidents or anything. Like you're more accident prone to me than what I am.
Yeah, I'd agree.
But it's just because of the job you do and stuff. But you actually don't moan.
I don't really, no.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. I went to work every day. I stayed in work.
With your face, you went to work.
Yeah.
With your sprained ankle, you went to work.
I can't.
But I don't even hear from you. Like I have to constantly ask Wes. Like, cause obviously I knew we had filming coming up and this and that. Obviously which we'll get into in a minute. We fly to Spain in 2 days from now. And what we had to
thank God.
Yeah, thank God.
Went to the Manners.
We had the Manners Invitational at the London Club.
Today.
And then today, Woodall Spa, and that's all been within the last 10 days, isn't it?
Yeah,
and you've done your ankle like 11 days ago.
2 weeks ago.
12 days ago. And I have to constantly keep checking in with him because you just don't say anything.
No, I'm fine,
yeah. But that's props, to be fair. Like, I don't ever really big you up that much, but that is...
But then it's one of them negatives, isn't it? Like, my partner will say, like, oh, do this or check this, and it will come around and bite you on the arse, that mindset one day, because a lot of people are very on top of things, like take painkillers,
I think it's positive, that mindset. I think, like, because you just, like, get on with it.
It's been a roller coaster. So whilst I've been injured, cooped up, and having all of that within the last month...
I've been jet setting.
Been jet setting, yeah. So you just come back from Spain.
Yeah, so I landed. I done, as you all know. I think we spoke about the Troon, didn't we, on the other podcast when I went out to Troon?
Yes,
I think we did. Or
yes,
Titleist.
yeah, we did.
At
Yeah,
Titleist.
yeah.
It's a similar type of setup. Unfortunately, again, one day, boys, we'll get there. Don't worry. Like, it'll be me and Westy playing Valderrama, or one of these like Liv. Well, definitely we'll plan a Liv Pro-Am. Like, I reckon within the next like few months. To be honest, like when there's when there's one in Europe local again, I reckon we'll play in it. But yeah, went over to flew into Malaga, stayed in Estepona, which is just outside of like the Soto Grande area in Spain, because they had the Liv event there. I got a call the night before from Seb on Golf saying, Ash, what you up to? You fancy coming out to Spain? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, fly back Friday night. So the Wednesday obviously flew out. It was the England semi-finals. Went out, watched that. That was fucking class, obviously, because we won. Last minute Ollie Watkins goal, like ridiculous. And then the Thursday, we went and filmed the Four Brothers video that got released yesterday. So where they try and break Bryson Dechambeau's record of 63 that he shot at last year's Valderrama event.
Yep.
So he shot 63 on like day 2 or day 3. But what was fucking really cool was we were just on the putting green and Bryson was on the putting green. And it was just, for everyone who follows the podcast, obviously you've got the Scotty Scheffler story, right, which still gets comments and discussions to this day. But it was like chalk and cheese, like how it should be. Bryson,
he's the people's champ now, though,
yeah,
isn't he? And I do think he knows that.
Yeah.
I'm taking nothing away from Bryson. He might be a fucking absolutely class lad, but I feel like when you know the people are on your side,
yeah,
you now just play into that.
Yeah, definitely. But at the same breath, like, well, no, not at the same breath, because again, it was a pro-am. It was the exact same thing. It was a pro-am. It was like the people at the golf course that day there wasn't spectators there that day. It was just pro-am, so sponsors of people playing in the pro-am. So it was a closed-off golf course. We're on the putting green, hitting some putts. I was doing some shorts and something. Bryson comes on. I go over to Bryson. Hello, mate. Congratulations on the US Open, which is the carbon copy, really, of what I said to Scotty. Yeah. Hello, mate. Congratulations on your Masters win or whatever tournament it was you just won. And then just started chatting to Bryson because he was like super chatty. He was like, I appreciate it, man. What are you doing here? And I was like, I'm like golf YouTuber. I'm out filming for some of the lads that I know. They're doing a video, blah, blah, blah. And he was just like super chatty, talking about his YouTube channel. Then Seb come over and the brothers come over and they explained that the video concept, and it was crazy because it was like everyone agreed on that in the cab there, that would be the video concept before we even knew Bryson was there playing in that or whatever. So then he was like just chatting to him and he was talking about his YouTube channel, and then was like, boys, if you want me to be in the intro, which I was just like, that's so fucking sick for the lads.
Yeah,
like
so good.
So good. And he was like in the intro and he was giving them tips on like how to play Valderrama, and you might want to hit a few irons here and do this and do that. So like generic tips, wasn't anything like in detail.
It was just being
but it was
nice.
Just, being Bryson in the intro, and I was like, this is just fucking so cool. He said he's filmed some stuff that he couldn't disclose, which would be like, I think it would be sick.
Mad, yeah.
Yeah, it would be.
Well, it's just closing the gap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Between, just like so many people are playing golf, so it's just bringing different celebrities and different known figures to the game.
Yeah.
And he obviously is a bit different because he's like worldwide known as well, and that helps. But
yeah, this video that he's done, which I won't. He asked no one to say anything, and they weren't on camera or anything, so I won't repeat it out of respect. It's not my place to say anyway. But I really hope that video is released. Is all I would say about that,
because it's cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. I think it would be the most viewed golf video ever to be made on the platform.
I think it would. Yeah.
And I just think it would be cool. I think it'd be fucking hilarious. Yeah. I think it would be so funny. I'd be keen to see the person's ability. Yeah. Like, there's so many curiosity things about that. Like taking all of anything else you could possibly think about that.
Just the golf. I think
it would be such a good video.
He's running away with the People's Champs title at the minute. Isn't he? Like, how isn't it mad how he's gone from like villain to He's just gone through every episode. This big bulky guy, long drive.
I think YouTube has such a massive part to play with that.
Yeah,
I think it's a huge cog in that wheel.
He's just getting cool people on. He's doing cool things.
Yeah.
YouTube's now people's telly, so now I like you automatically. So now I'm going to support you because I watch your channel.
And he was genuinely lovely. Like, he showed an interest. Seb was talking to him about like the Big Wedge channel.
Yeah.
And although he didn't know Big Wedge as such, like instantly he was like, oh, so tell me a bit more about it. And this is when the camera was off. Like, this is like we'd filmed the intro, he'd done like his like little skit for the video. Then the camera's off and he was just saying to Seb, like, oh, tell me a little bit more about the channel. And was talking to us, like talking to me, like, oh, so like, what do you do on your channel? Like, what's the concept, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, it's just me and another lad. We do like, we try and break course records. We do vlogs. We do a lot of traveling. We'll go overseas, play programs and stuff. And he's like, oh, sick, what's it called? So he was just like such a lovely lad. And like I've said before, I don't get starstruck with people, but like I walked away from the interaction with him and I was like, what a lovely bloke.
Yeah.
That's the main takeaway from it. Like, what a lovely bloke. Like, just
like him and Brooks are very similar, aren't they?
Yeah, man, fucking. But in it, we like, yeah. So we had like, so the whole Spain plan was go there Wednesday, watch the football. We weren't doing anything on the Wednesday. Then do the Liv event on the Thursday. They played 9 holes. Seb was going to do a video on the back 9. It didn't transpire. There was a little bit, I think, communication breakdown down the line somewhere, and they weren't actually able to stay on the golf course and play the back 9, which was a shame. But being completely honest, deep down, I was absolutely blowing up my fucking arse doing the film. It was 40 degrees. Yeah, hot. It was so hot, West, honestly. Jack had to keep putting his camera. This is one for you, Jake, as well. Jack had to keep putting his camera in the ice cooler boxes on the tees to cool them down because it was overheating. Like Joe, like on cooler boxes, they had them on the tees where they had like wet face towels in there, so you could put them on your face. They won't have them. No, they won't have them.
And Jake will be in his trousers.
But yeah, his camera was overheating every hole. Yeah, it was so fucking hot. So I was like secretly like I was desperate for the boys to be able to finish their 9 holes because after 6 holes, they were like, "No, you're gonna have to get off the golf course." And we were like, "Oh fucking hell!" Like we got the intro with Bryson. Yeah, like you'd have still made a video out of the 6 holes. But I was like, I felt for the boys. I was like, no, like there's got to be something that can be done like to finish the 9 holes. Thankfully they could, but then they couldn't do the back 9. So we went back to the hotel, chilled out, got some food, and then what did surprise me, because I went to Centurion for the first ever Liv event 2 years ago. Was how much I actually enjoyed, and a big part of that was because when I was tagging you in the stories on Instagram and stuff, that Club 54 and the hospitality thing we had there was absolutely fucking insane. But I must say, controversial or not controversial, I haven't been to a PGA Tour event in America, so I can't comment on that, but I've been to like the Open and stuff like that. And as an event goes from a spectator standpoint and like an experience standpoint, Liv was so much better than a PGA Tour event.
It's a strange one, isn't it? Because I would argue that, and I haven't been to a Liv Golf event, but I would assume that Liv Golf is more of that, just that right there, an event.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you go to a traditional PGA like the Open, it's more traditional.
Yeah.
It's not really designed to be an event, is it? Like there's food stands and you go to the shop, but it's designed for people to. I just think they're different setups, aren't they? Completely?
Yeah. But I would say I enjoyed. But I think part of that maybe as well was because one, weather, like I was about to say, like it was like obviously a beautiful day. 2, definitely the hospitality. So when we go to the Open with the lads that we're going to, it'll be interesting to see how the vibe is there compared to what it was.
Like, is it a bit more chilled out?
Is it a bit more chilled? Is it a bit more like corporate? It would be with the feel that like. Whereas Liv was like, and I think what played into it massively as well is it felt a lot more personal than a tour event I've been to before. But I feel like that was because there was probably nowhere near as many people there as an Open. Well, there wasn't compared to an Open or something like that. They're not the crowds aren't 12 deep, aren't that? Yeah. The players interact with the fans and the patrons and the spectators. They're chatting to them. You can pretty much walk up the fairways with them. In a lot of it, it's cornered off, but it was just a lot more relaxed. There's music playing, which I thought I'd hate, but I didn't. Like, everyone still goes quiet when someone's taking their shot, and people aren't screaming on people's backswings. But you have music playing that you can hear from around all the golf course. There was all these different stations. Obviously, the hospitality was amazing. I just thought, do you know what? Like, as far as like changing the narrative in golf, and I know like Liv have probably been accused of like just using that as a bit of a backstory. Like, no, you're trying to take all the best players and you want to be the dominant tour. Like, you can probably agree that's what the PGA Tour want. That's what Liv want. They both want to be the dominant tour. They want the one to have the best players playing on their tour. They want the viewership, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, do you know what? Like, I'm just thinking if I was a 16, 17-year-old lad and I'd just got into golf with my pals and I want to go to a golf event, or if I had the choice of like, there's a group of 17-year-old lads and I was trying to introduce them to what golf is like today, would I take them to the Open or would I take them to a Liv event?
No, I would agree.
I'd take them to the Liv event.
Which is why I do believe there's a place for both, because they're different.
Yeah.
So like if they were both the same, then it's just like, well, it's just pointless. You might as well just be on one tour.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I truly believe there's a place for both, because Liv is, like you say, well, I can watch the Open and don't get me wrong, it's absolute class to be there and stuff, and we'll be there next weekend. But it's just like, yeah, they're two different things. So if you want to go to an event and be a bit more upbeat and have that more casual and put on your shorts and Nike trainers and feel like you're at a festival of golf watching pros, go to Liv.
Yeah.
But if you want to go and go up to Scotland, put your FootJoy waterproofs on and feel more golfy, go to the PGA.
Yeah,
Why can't they just coincide?
That is 100% true.
And I think that's good that they're different things.
I did ask Bryson, boys, you know we love bringing you the deals from Golf Travel Centre that I didn't even know existed. Starting off with this week's deal, a 4 nights, 3 rounds, all-inclusive trip to Belek in Turkey. You and the boys for only £399 per person. That is not flights included. You will get an all-inclusive 3 rounds at the Kaya Eagles golf course, which I've heard is a banging resort. Shared twin room. You've got steam room, sauna, indoor swimming pool, all of the spa features as well. So if you want to take the missus along, it is a trip of golf and pleasure. Belek, Turkey is the home of golf in Turkey. You can obviously play the Kaya Eagles along with all of the other fantastic golf courses. Likia Links, the Montgomery are all in that area within a stone's throw. So head over to the Golf Travel Centre website. It's in the link to this description as well. We have linked to the exact deal that you can book onto for only £399 per person. You can go for 5 nights, 3 rounds, 7 nights all inclusive, whatever you want to do, but prices start at $399. It is a belter. What is happening with the PGA Tour and Liv merger. And he said he knows, but he can't tell me. But the outcome of it is not going to be good for the PGA, is what he said. And I did rack my brains a little bit with regards to what that could possibly mean, how it's not going to be good for the PGA. And I didn't really come up with an answer, but that is from the horse's mouth there. He didn't give anything in too much detail, but that is one thing that I definitely asked. What is the crack with, like...
Yeah, well,
it's been going on for a while now.
Yeah.
And he said, they're still in discussions. Nothing's been finalised, but it looks like when they come to an outcome, it's not going to be good for the PGA.
Yeah,
but he's more likely to say that, obviously.
Yeah, he's put himself into a position in Liv as well, with all this being the people's champ and winning majors, that he's now becoming a Rory of Liv. Like his say, you look at it really, like who say? Rambo, Brooks.
Yeah.
Probably Bryson.
Yeah.
They're probably like, I mean, Brooks probably not, he don't give a shit. But
No,
like
really
Rahm and Bryson, you'd probably argue that like these are our like headers.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I mean, I don't really care. Just let them both coincide.
Yeah, I don't care.
Let's all just enjoy golf.
But it was just a bit odd when at the time. And it's a bit of an old topic, so we won't really stay on it. But it was just a bit weird when it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna merge, and then like that was 2 years ago, a year and a half ago that come out now.
Yeah.
I think it is that long. It's over a year ago.
Yeah.
And just there's still nothing that's been done with it. It was a bit odd. But yeah, so the event on the Friday was super cool. At the end, me and Jack, the videographer for the Four Brothers, sort of used and abused our media privileges a little bit and stood on the steps leading up to like the players' changing rooms and stuff. Pretty much the Valderrama clubhouse, which was you couldn't get to because the players were going in and out there, but kind of abused our media passes a little bit and stood on the steps up there. I bought a Valderrama club flag from the pro shop and just got all the players to sign it because I'm currently getting a like podcast studio type thing built, and we've got some flags from the Open and other venues and that we've been to in Troon and stuff. So I was like, definitely want to get this signed, and I got every single player's signature but one.
The one I would have loved.
Yeah, everyone signed it. I think the only we missed a few, like we just didn't see him, but I'm talking everyone from Rahm, Keimer, Westwood. I didn't get Poulter actually. Anthony Kim, Dustin Johnson, like everyone, like who was walking past, got all of their signatures, apart from one. And do you know what? I'm not even fucking mad. I said to you, like, I'm not even mad about it.
Or surprised.
Yeah.
No, I'm not surprised.
No.
And the answer is dum 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 dum.
Brooks Koepka. Yeah. So it was like, and do you know why I weren't like, and I shouldn't because I bashed Scotty about it, but Scotty's story was more so because of the picture with Beth after. That's why, like, I was like,
pretty girl privilege,
boy, all that shit. Whereas the Brooks one was funny to me, and I literally just looked at Jack and laughed after. Not whilst he was there, I waited for him to go, but you had a big queue of people like behind the barriers as the players are walking off. Well, it's a shotgun finish. They get driven in cars. back to the clubhouse.
Yeah.
Get out the cars and you've got all of the people lined up on the fences, kids and men and that, taking pictures, and they walk along and sign them. Once they're done with that, they walk up to the steps, they're going to the Valderrama clubhouse. Me and Jack are on them steps. So we're standing there. So they're like, unfortunately, lads, pretty much you're fucked. You're going to have to sign my flag. Because unless you're going to look me dead in the eyes and go, I'm not signing that, or ignore me, which most people are not going to fucking do.
No, it's just easier.
I had the pen, I had the Sharpie lid in my mouth, I had the thing, I was like, sign. But Brooks, like, just did not give a shit. Like, walked up the steps, didn't sign. Bad look for him because he didn't sign anything when he got out the car. But I don't know if he played well or bad. I didn't keep up with the scores really while he was there. But he got out the car, his caddy took his bag, he comes walking up the steps, and I'm like, fucking sick. I was like, Brooks, I love Brooks. Like, what a legend. I'm like, Brooksy, do you mind signing? I didn't say Brooksy, that's a lie. I said, Brooks, do you mind signing my flag? And he looked me dead in the eyes and walked past me like shoulder width apart. Stared me dead in the eyes, and I can imagine that's what it feels like if you're like on a playoff of him or something. Looked into my soul and made me feel like a little child, and just went no, flat out, and just walked straight past. And I was like, fine.
What a Brooks thing to do.
Yeah, I was like, all good. Like I said, Cole, enjoy your day, Brooks.
Yeah. And he will.
Yeah, he will.
He'll go back, get changed, go put some nice and fresh Nikes on.
Yeah.
Go back to his missus and his kid and carry on, and then see where the next Liv event is.
Yeah.
Practice probably not that much.
No.
And just.
Very weird. I think like because I know that you like him so much, and I do like him as well. Like like an absolute major demon. I kind of like just not respect you because I've bashed Scotty for it doing the same things.
It's honesty.
It was honesty. Yeah.
Scotty, like you say, the Scotty thing is honesty. It was just the Beth thing.
No, and it was the whole like not while I'm practicing. I'm like, well, you're not practicing. You're 3 days before the tournament. Blah blah blah. But yeah, he looked me dead in the eyes. Brooks walked up the steps, not giving a fucking shit, and was like, no. And I was like, fair play. Yeah. Fair play. Right. On you go. Yeah. Polter, can I get your signature?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, that was cool. Liv Golf was cool. Valderrama was cool. And just last thing on the sort of like Liv Golf family, if anyone wants to buy tickets for the International Series at Fox Hills from the 8th to the 11th of September, Michelle and I are playing in the Pro-Am. We are in the Fox Hill Pro, and it's our first Pro-Am playing together. And there will be a video coming from it. But if you want to come down, buy some tickets, walk around with our group.
Yeah, that would be sick. I'd fucking love that.
If we could get a fucking turnout coming around to follow us, like we will like talk to you after every fucking shot. Like as many as you can get down there. I don't think tickets are expensive, and we haven't been asked to promote.
Let's just see what leftover T-shirts we've got in stock.
Yeah, literally start chucking them out. Like if you want to come down, message us. We'll let you know what our tee time is. It'll probably be a shotgun start, but like we can give you the details. But we are playing in the Pro-Am. It would be so fucking cool to have as many of you there.
Yeah, it was sick.
Coming along, watching, playing the holes with us. I just think it'll be a fucking class.
Yeah, that was sick when you messaged that. I was like, we've played Fox Hill as well. So that makes me feel even like, all right, it's always nice to like go and play some nice course, but like that gets you more excited because I've played there, so I know what to expect.
We know our way around a little bit.
Just to get this week out of the way and just get some good practice in. Like I don't even practice, but this will make me practice.
On the flip side of that, we know what the course is going to be playing like because we played it last month.
But Pro-Ams are fun. They're just
still hard though. Well, but we'll be off they'll put us off the 40s and the pros will be playing off the backs. And shout out to Scottsdale sponsors for sorting that out for us. And we haven't really mentioned Scottsdale really since signing with them. We haven't on the podcast at all, but we are official brand ambassadors and partners in Scottsdale now. We are super, super proud of that because, not just saying it because we're with them, but I would say they're by far and beyond the most established, most cool, most relevant current retailer in the golf space, hands down. Westy's touched on it a little bit, but just they're like our kind of people. They sort of get the space. They're massive supporters of everything that we do in our channel, which obviously is great to have when you're working with people. But those guys are the ones who have got us the invite into the International Series Pro-Am. So Brad, fucking ledge for that, mate. Thank you. Yeah. And just if any of you want to come down, I think it's on a Thursday or a Wednesday, so it might be a work day. I know it'd be difficult for some of you, but if anyone does want to come down, you can get your tickets online, and we will be playing in the Pro-Am, me and Westy. And Brad has leaned towards the fact that we've got a good pro.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't even thought about it because I just got really excited at the fact of playing with you in a Pro-Am. I got really excited.
It's being rumoured that it's Pults.
Really? Mm. Do we need to wear something flamboyant or not?
Yeah, them like IP that Ian Poulter clothing things.
Why don't we go like proper old school Pults and be like, oh, Ian, I didn't know you used to dress like this. We'll play all dumb.
Like, or just like go head to toe Majestics gear. Get like Majestics cap
and just
all
act
this.
like really dumb.
Yeah.
Actually, Majestics, on that, very quickly on that, you'll see actually if it is him in the pram or if we bump into him at Fox Hill, they're revolutionising
On their bag.
the golf bag. Yeah. Mad. Like Jake would like this.
I don't like it, but go on.
On their tour bags, Jake, they now, and for everyone, on their back pockets, there's like a big screen. They actually have a screen. So it will say like Majestics and then Liv Golf. And it's to do with if they're in the lead, coming down like 16th, 17th, 18th, live, a company can come in and sponsor that because now their bag will be going like, and they can just change
or they can have, rather than having your traditional one sponsor or two sponsors on your bag, they theoretically could have 18 sponsors and it could be a sponsor per hole.
Because it flashes through as well.
Just
on the pocket of one of them big bags.
As you can.
But yeah.
But
I'm looking forward to that.
But I don't like the look of it on the bag.
No, but I think the concept is cool.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, no, Majestics Golf Club bag. But that will be sick. I'm very, 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 very excited for that.
Yeah.
Gives you something to practice for as well, I think.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a big golf practicer. I struggle to find the time, but even now I will try my best. To just try and find some form.
Because I'm not going there to take part. I want to fucking win it.
No, I mean, no, my winning instinct will take over. Like I will want to
100%.
doing what I can. And making putts and doing this and doing that. Yes.
I don't know who our third player is. Like the third amateur.
Yeah, but they better bring the heat. Yeah. Maybe they watch and they'll start practicing.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
But
imagine if it was it just happened to be a subscriber. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, it'd be sick.
Yeah. I need to get some cards and get my handicap up to like 12 or something for that.
Yeah, I might get mine up to about 20.
Yeah.
It probably is about 20 actually. But no, that's sick. So up and coming. But before that actually, so up and coming for the GS. We're in Woodall Spa right now. Our next away day, we fly to Alicante Wednesday morning. So it's now Monday night. Hodgkin tomorrow. Tea time's been delayed, so we're going to get home back to Essex late tomorrow, quickly pack a bag, because then we fly to Alicante Wednesday, and then fly from there into Glasgow Saturday, and then back home Monday. But starting with Espanyol. Yeah. Hot. You've just come back. Very excited for some abroad golf.
Yeah.
We haven't played abroad technically and filmed that since February.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time.
And it's the first trip away with Golf Travel Centre.
Yeah, very, very excited for that.
Yeah, Danny's sorted out. It's the Finca Resort, not Finca Courtesan. Obviously, that's in the Malaga area, like where I just was. But the Finca Resort, 2 18-hole golf courses there.
Nice 5-star resort.
5-star resort, practice facilities, driving range and stuff. So we've got 5 videos planned whilst we're out there.
Yep.
And 3 or 4 of them. A couple of them it'll be a bit of a new thing for the channel.
A guinea pig.
Yeah, that we're trying.
A pilot.
Yeah. And then I think 3 of the videos is going to be usual standard of thing, and one of them will be fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Golf Travel Centre, shout out you boys for and girls for getting us out there. We're looking forward to that one.
It's just another resort to try. And like, it sounds really corny, but then like if we go there, and it's nice to showcase something nice, because then when you come to pick a holiday, it's like fresh. Cause
it's an option.
Yeah. So it's just nice to be able to visualize it, and that's why we make YouTube videos, because now you can visualize things. And but yeah, I'm excited for that.
And then we've got we won't talk about the last trip that we've got booked in, but after that in August we're out to Summer Bay in Egypt.
September,
sorry. Which will be ridiculous, and then we're hopefully going to get away a couple of times in August. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this Finca. Hadn't heard of it, and I kind of like that sometimes when it's like a resort that I don't know. Yeah, I haven't seen much of. I can just turn up. It's all going to be new.
The thing I like about it the most is you haven't played that much in the last 2 to 3 weeks. No. I really, due to injury and just work, haven't played really any golf for a month. I just know that we're going to go away. I'm just going to hit. Bad habits or not, I'm just going to hit so many balls. Yeah, and you always will make an increment gain from that. Yeah. And you just get that buzz, you're abroad. So I'm just really excited, to be honest with you, to not be working and to just play golf with my pals and with JK and whatnot in the sun. So I'm very looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to making content. And just...
It definitely does feel like... But it's weird, isn't it? Because like, we have just been busy with other stuff, and like I've been busy with filming, and then... Yeah. The one thing that you would have all, hopefully, who's watching this podcast, seen that got released yesterday. So as you're watching this, it got released yesterday, was our Open Championship video. And that honestly has consumed... It's the reason we went down to 1 video for the last 10 days, which we never do. We post 2 golf videos a week, every single week. Usually a Wednesday and a Sunday is our posting times. That sometimes moves around with regards to when we've got podcasts coming out that week. But religiously, every single week... 52 weeks
is
a
out.
year. We have 2 videos coming out every
Yeah.
single week. But this open video, if you haven't watched it, we're blowing smoke up of our own arse here, and like, but I don't mind doing it on this one because I genuinely think, and it does sound like we're like being big-headed or something. I think that video slightly moves the needle on like what can be done in golf YouTube videos.
Yeah, it's just cool, and I get people will be like, oh, it's quite this and quite that, and I get like our numbers not on a crazy scale, so it sounds like the little fish pecking away. But I don't think there's anything wrong with creating something you're very, very proud of and saying, by the way, I've not seen that.
Yeah,
we've done that, and it's just cool. And all right, maybe bigger channels will go, haha, you don't need to do that, and that's cool, that's fine. But that's what we wanted to do for this.
Yeah.
And now we'll set the bar for our own standard, and that's cool. And we created something we're very, very, very proud of.
Yeah.
I know you sat there in your own Bobby Orange for days and days and days, and it consumed you. And there was about 300 lines to draw, and JK was heavy on like mad graphics, and he's created like unreal stuff in shapes and sizes and glints
and
so
yeah,
in our own little world, in our own little head, we're very proud of it, and how it does and performs, but we're proud of it.
But then it's just up to the YouTube gods then. Like you make the content, you do a bit. We've done some promo on it on Instagram. You'd have seen over the last couple of days, and all you can hope to do when you make something like that is just hope that people see it.
And then
that's all
you
you
just
want.
move on to the next.
Yeah, and then you move on to the next. Well, we've already moved on to the next. Like that. It was just that's why, and it sort of coincides with Westy's like injuries, like being at a good time, because like we're not exaggerating when we're like that was over 300 hours of edit, tracers, graphics, transitions, commentary. Like the commentary thing alone, just it blew our mind, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Like it actually
we
blew
were on
our
FaceTime every
fucking
5
heads.
minutes for a good few hours.
Yeah, it blew our. It just like because there was a worry at one point where, because for a video that size, me personally, the way that I edit, I was like, the best way to do that is get every single hole complete before you move on to the next, because I didn't want to have to go back through and start adding wind graphics here, and like then you forget what way the wind's going when people like say. So I was like, every single shot, every single moment, edit the video 100% how you want it to be edited, with the wind graphic, the scoreboard, the shot graphic, the this, the that, whatever it was. So you go through, but there's obviously large parts. You've got the commentary holes, you've got the transitions into the next holes where the commentators talk over the drone flyover and stuff like this. So you have a fully finished edit without the commentary, and it's weird because like a hole ends and it just goes to just music with no noise.
You've revolved a video around this idea.
Yeah, everything was built around.
We thought of that idea before we even filmed.
Yeah,
like we were going around and we set up the night or 2 nights before and birthed the idea.
Yeah.
We didn't know how we were going to do it at this stage, though.
No.
And I remember JK done a classic JK and went, I just use this software. And we were like, all right, sweet, it's out there then.
Yeah.
And we got to it, but no one had actually looked at what to use. It turned out the software JK said was the one.
Yeah.
But we had birthed all these ideas and gone out on the course.
And the whole video premise had been built around that. So like going out and doing Ron Dog Thursday highlights, your Saturday highlights, my Saturday highlights, doing a few shots that we can cut back to say like, oh, and Mullins shouldn't worry because he's been in this position before and blah blah blah.
And I didn't fancy putting a stupid voice on.
No, so like
would have killed it.
Yeah, so I'd done this whole the whole video was done, but we didn't have the commentary, and I was like, oh fuck! I was thinking like, if you have to type it in, you're never going to get the timing right. It's not going to sound like a commentator. It's going to sound all weird and robot-y. Yeah, I can't put on
the same vibe.
No. Imagine it being like, right, now you're on the first tee.
And like you said, we could have got someone else and so for saying, but if you don't know golf, you can't commentate over the hole. You can't get like your old man to go, can you just do like, it's just not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Mate, I was going through apps of like weird ones where Biden and that was speaking.
Yeah, Biden would actually been funny in the video. Yeah. Can you imagine just a couple of bits of
Biden and Trump actually?
Yeah, going back and forth.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
But yeah, just to see it come together. Like I FaceTimed you. I called Jake as well, and I was like, just watch this intro bit.
Yeah.
Of like, welcome to the 157 golf, whatever it says at the start, the golf supply open, blah blah blah, and then the highlights how it goes through, and it's like everything's perfectly in time, and I was just like, just proud, just like super proud of that video, irrespective of how we haven't seen it's not been posted, but irrespective of however many views it's on now, however many views it's on next week, I think that video will stay pinned to the top of our YouTube channel for a very long time. Because it's just something that we're proud of.
Well, the idea of the game is create what you're proud of and create what you like, and I believe that we go above and beyond in our production, and the edits and the tracers and everything from the graphics to everything we do is as good as we can do. And we always say, if we had 1 million subscribers right now, we probably wouldn't change our production. It would just be as it is now.
We just have another camera person out with us.
Yeah, we just have an extra
second pair of editors or someone helping doing the traces.
But
and
like
stuff.
the actual level of production wouldn't actually change.
No.
It would just be done by different people.
Yeah.
That's all.
But we're trying to maximise it. And that's like one thing I think was good about that video is like we tried to think outside the box for a golf video. And we thought of like what do you see on telly? Like how can you enhance the video from like a spectator standpoint or like a viewer standpoint with like the drone tracers that like not just drone tracers on someone's tee shot, but like replays of where like how you'd see on telly where people hit their tee shots from. Yeah. Not only just having the score leaderboard and the big leaderboard that comes up at the end, having the mini leaderboard that updates as you go through, having wind directions, having the yardage to the hole and from the pin that pops up like the telly, and like just trying to add so many like little features in there that some might not pay any attention to in the video whatsoever. Some people might just skim past, but just from a viewing standpoint, I think the idea behind that video was let's make it YouTube-y, but then let's have some almost Sky Sports-esque moments in there,
cool.
and try and blend YouTube and mainstream golf on telly together. And I think we've done it really well. I genuinely wouldn't change a thing with how that video come out, and like proud of that.
And
one.
what a gaff!
And
we have said it so often, and I've actually said it. I said it to everybody, all my pals and whatnot, and the people I work with that play golf. Littlestone in Kent. Yeah. I think it's £80 green fee during the week, or is it weekend?
I don't know. I
think it might be £80 weekday, and I'm quite stingent with green fees. Like I genuinely am. But like that club was so that's one of my favourite. I've not played as many good courses you have in the UK, but that was
one of mine as well.
So nice, and I think the whole thing, James and all that, made it really nice. But what a course!
Yeah, and like just lucky that like that just from our spirits in that. Like imagine right, won't go into loads of details because some people still might not watch the video, but like a couple of the moments that happened in that video that were like. Not great moments for me and you. No. Like me on the par 4 when I was in the bunda. Yeah. You on the par 4 when you like top a tee shot and you hit that one. Imagine if like it wasn't as beautiful as what it was. No. You'd like the whole video would be ruined for us. No, like we'd lose our head. You'd be like
proper link. That was.
Yeah. You'd be like, oh, like if the weather was shit, if the course was shit, you'd be like you would like we wouldn't because we know we've got a video to make, but you'd be like. Wouldn't really be that chatty, and you'd be like, no, fucking hell. Like, and for the amount of time we was out on that golf course as well. We was there for 12 hours.
Yes. I left my house, I think it was like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and then we obviously stopped and got McDonald's or whatever, but we got back at like 10 or 11 p.m.
Yeah.
It was like an entire day.
Yeah.
Like, and more.
No, I got back at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
It was so nice though.
Yeah.
It looks like Royal Troon. Like you look at the drone of Royal Troon and how it's set up. It was
beautiful.
Beautiful
place.
Yeah.
Beautiful video.
And I hope actually, if anything happens from that video, obviously I hope it does loads and loads of views, but I hope a couple of people go and have a look at that and comment on that video and let me know your opinion. I would love that. Definitely
one to ones. And again, we was not paid to play there. We was not like
earn anything
asked to promote anything. No. We did not like. There was no. I just popped James an email because I was looking for a nice linksy style golf course to do our open video at. I actually messaged Royal St George and stuff, and they were obviously like not interested. And down that Kent coastline, hadn't even heard of Littlestone before then.
No,
well, I think you might have looked on the top, and it was like 5th or something.
We found that in Charter Hills.
Yeah, I was like, let's just send them an email, see if they'd be up for it. We didn't pay for the green fees. No, like we didn't we didn't charge the course. They didn't charge us. There was like the mutual like agreement there. That's how it was set up there. But fuck me, we got so lucky with that day.
Picked a winner.
Yeah, and it's just one of them that, like Westy said, if that is the case, I don't know. I don't want to get it wrong, fact checking. But if it's £80 to play that midweek, mate,
so worth it.
Oh, not even close. No, it's such a good golf course. There's so many good holes as well.
I'm dying to go back and do a recordsman. And I think we'll probably be back there because that will help get me.
I think we'll be back there in the next few weeks.
I think over the next month.
Yeah,
in the next month. Sorry, it will get over the blues playing a course like that.
Yeah,
get a recordsman down there. Hopefully, some nice weather. And there's some nice courses down Kent. To be fair, there's so many to go up north, but
there's
some good linksy ones.
There is
down
some
there.
good courses around there. But yeah, so last little plea. If you haven't watched it, then our open video, our first ever major, is on the channel. and fingers crossed you watch it and you notice some of the stuff we've just discussed about there, and it's hopefully it's a viewing experience on a golf YouTube channel that you haven't had before, is what we were sort of aiming for. A different angle to golf YouTube that I don't think has been attacked before or sort of produced at that level, or that just different perspectives of YouTube golf and mainstream golf and being a major and still keeping the YouTube feel. I just think it was like it was cool, something new. So if you haven't watched that, I would appreciate if you'd go along and check that out. But that leads Westy into the actual Open.
Yes.
Which starts in 3 days' time.
JK? Yeah. Come here, young man.
So the
100. We always do a GS predict. JK's getting into golf now.
He is getting into golf, yeah. JK, actually, come.
Yeah, come talk about your golf career, and then we'll predict it and we'll wrap it up.
Jake's been cooking in
Jake, come here.
in golf.
Come sit on my right knee.
Come and sit on Westy's lap.
No, just on here. No, on
just
here.
sit on his lap.
No, you'll be alright. Oh,
okay. So first of all, JK was obviously very new to golf when he joined onto the to the team. Never actually played golf before. Worked at a golf course as a litter pick, as a litter picker. But had never actually had any involvement in golf. But you've actually took the sport up.
I have.
Yeah.
I did a lesson, not by like an actual instructor, just by like a guy, and it was very like generic stuff, like just how to hold the club and how to hit the ball. Nothing special, but I got it to about 170, 180
with
yards
driver,
with driver and hybrid.
Well, you hitting both the same distance, or you hit one further than the other?
No, like they were both in that range.
Okay.
Driver and hybrid. I still can't hit the ball with irons.
We spoke about that.
We did speak about that, and I haven't been back since because I did try and go, but it was closed. But yeah, no, I'm a golfer now.
Yeah.
I just don't like.
Did you enjoy the lesson? Did you enjoy hitting the balls at the range?
Yeah. Well, the second the club collided with the ball, I was like, yeah, more of this. But then like, even like made contact. But before then, I had like not much interest in it. But I've just felt like if I got it right, because you guys are so obsessed with it, that I was like, if I just make a smaller bit of progress, I'll be like hooked.
Can you see the like after now you've like hit golf balls and hit some of them well and stuff like that, like how it's so addicting?
Yeah, 100%.
Because then like you'll go to hit the ball again after and it'll be shit and you're like, why have I not just done the same thing?
It's like annoying me that you have to do so much practice before you can play on actual golf course.
Well, you don't have to, but yeah, for it to be like
so
possible to do, yeah.
Before it'd be like 20 plus hours of work. You actually have to get good at the range. But yeah, that's my journey so far.
Yeah, and we're glad to have you in the sport. This is what the way that golf is moving. People like yourself who had never potentially thought of playing golf before are actually now moving into golf. And I think from a selfish standpoint, the more you get into golf, the more you hopefully play it, and the more it will make you a better golf videographer anyway, because you'll actually understand what's going on more. And you'll be like 100%. Invested into the content more, or like you'll. So I think it's a good thing anyway.
I completely agree.
But you actually done a good prediction. It was for the PGA, was it?
No, it was
US Open.
It was the US Open.
It was the US Open, yeah. You predicted Bryson Dechambeau.
Did he come second? Or he came second?
No, it was the Masters. It's the Masters.
No, it was the PGA.
Did he come second in the PGA?
It was the PGA because Xander was leading after day one. I went, he's just not going to lead, is he? And you called Xander.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then he called Bryson, and Bryson came second.
Yeah.
And I called Scotty, and I don't think he done that well. And then, funny enough, Bryson, we didn't do one for the US Open.
Yeah.
But Bryson then won. So, the Open in Scotland next week, we'll let you start. I think you're just going to pick.
It's going to be Bryson again.
Why is that?
Like, his name just... I don't know anything. I just like his name, and like I'm hearing a lot about him recently. He's hung out with Ash a bit, so he's Team Golf Supply, and so I'm Team Bryson.
That's a good enough response. That's actually good enough.
Let's just say, can you pick? Right, so do you know who you're going to pick? I mean, I probably know who you're going to say, and I'm swaying towards him also. But I feel like, shall we defer? Because we're both thinking Rory's going to be up there, right?
He'll be up there. Yeah,
like he always is.
Yeah, but I don't think
like
he'll win it.
The Scottish Open's just happened, and again he's top 5 again.
I know who my pick's going to be, but I want to hear yours.
We drink the sparkling water.
No, you can have the sparkling water.
I think Rory will be top 3. Could Scotty bounce back and just probably be Scotty again? I don't know. Bobby McIntyre's just won.
Has.
Not a bad shout. Who are you thinking?
I'm going to go with Ludwig Aberg.
He keeps bottling it on day 4 though.
I know, but that's all experience. And
Masters,
the way that he's playing.
US Open, just now at the Scottish Open.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to win
Yeah.
at some point. These are his first majors.
Yes, and I think that walking round Troon and playing it, it's a course that you don't have to be the longest on, but it rewards hitting the ball straight. And Aberg is a robot at hitting it straight. And he's got a fantastic shot. He's got obviously a great game, but I just feel that he's been there or thereabouts. He would have learnt from them, and I think Aberg will win the Open.
I probably am going to be boring and say, like, I'm trying to think of someone else to say, but I do just think Rory will win this. I do. I feel boring saying that.
Forfeit this time?
Do you know what? All 3 of them picks, because I'm like, when you meet someone and you have a good interaction with an athlete, it could be any sport, you instantly root for them.
Yeah, agreed, yeah.
So like, and I liked Bryson prior to that, but giving us the time of day, having genuine just lad to lad chat and stuff, like I would fucking love that boy to win the Open.
Yeah.
But equally, I'd love for Rory to win the Open after what happened to him at the US Open, and I would love for Aberg to win it, being like this like new kid on the block who's just tearing it up. So I have no real preference over them 3, but I personally think Aberg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Respect it.
So we've gone Bryson for Jake, Rory for Westy, Ludwig for Ashley. We doing like dinner again, maybe?
Wait, we still haven't he bought breakfast?
No, you weren't there. I bought Ash breakfast.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. Where was it? But I definitely did, didn't I?
He did.
Because I went, I owe
It was at
you.
the services.
And I went, I owe you that.
It was to the London Club.
Yeah.
Was it London Club?
I think it was just that. We're on the way to Chart Hills.
You bought me breakfast.
And I was like, oh, it's only here, but I'll grab that.
Yeah, you bought me breakfast.
And JK wasn't there.
And it's
Chart
expired. It was like a breakfast token and it's expired.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you can't claim it after it's already.
We'll just do breakfast again because we never see each other. We're never together.
Well, we could start being together more for dinner.
Oh, I was going to say we could incorporate, but we'll be back from Spain before.
Yeah.
Obviously, because we're going to the Open.
No, we'll think of something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That has been. Do you want to sign it out, Jake? Do you know what to say? Yeah. Well, I'll let Ash sweep it out, but you have a go.
Yeah, you can clean up the crumbs. Thank you for watching the Golf Supply, the #1 golf podcast in the UK. Thank you to Scottsdale and Golf Travel Centre and Fairplay for just being. We have to cut this part. I don't want to stop. Not a partner of the podcast.
No, that was fine.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all bleed, so you didn't hear that. Thanks for listening. Leave a like and subscribe. Do all the good stuff. And just go and watch that Open video if you haven't already, because it's a great video and we put our heart and souls and blood and sweat and tears into that one. So go and watch that. And yeah, anything else?
No crumbs needed. That was good. No crumbs. Come in. Let's get into bed, Jake. Let's get into bed. Thanks, everyone. Subscribe, do all the good stuff, and we will be bringing you some lovely stuff from Spain, Espanol, very, very soon. Oui, señor.